good evening, and welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. We are now speaking about one of the teams that came down, and literally in 7 days' time, this team kicks off their season away at playoff finalists Huddersfield. And there was only one man I could ask to come on and speak about beloved Burnley. It is Mr. Daniel Moorhouse from Turf Moorhouse TV. How are you, mate?
I'm good. I've accepted relegation. I've accepted more. I've more accepted the fact that there's no VAR, and and yeah, I'm looking forward to get going. Never seen so much happening in a transfer window. Never seen so many changes happening at the club. It's been very, very interesting. I'm sure we'll dissect it. But yeah, thanks for having me. And it means a lot being on the channel. Really do love what you do, Doug. Thanks.
Pleasure. Absolute pleasure. I will say hello to a few of you. Helen is in. Hello, Helen. It's lovely to see you back in these parts. I hope you're keeping well as well. I'm not too bad. It's not too bad. It's actually been raining all day, so we've actually had a bit of a relief from the heat wave that we are having. Niall, good evening. Hope you are well. Very bad result from Motherwell last night, losing 1-0 to Sligo Rovers. So not a good result. Your missus is in. Kate, hello. Hope you are well. Hello, Kate. Hi, Niall. Hope you're well. Ian Barron is in. Hi, guys. It's a Matt Darlow fan back. Hope you're well. EID. Yep. It's going to be a very competitive championship once the season starts. It's wide open. Yeah, you can quite clearly see that it will definitely be starts competitive season, it has to be said. But, well, to describe Burnley's transfer window, you've literally been picked off like a candy store, and basically other clubs have been picking sweets off your team. Some of the players who's gone out: Nathan Collins, Nick Pope, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee, Wayne Hennessy, Wout Weghorst, Annan Lennon, Dale Stevens, Eric Peters, and Phil Bardsley. So, how are you feeling going into the season knowing you've lost all them players?
At the time, it was sort of a bit like, whoa, really? Like the Tarkowski one, we sort of have known that's been coming for quite some time now. These links and stuff like that. We knew we weren't going to sign a new deal. Nick Pope, we knew about. Well, we thought we'd lose him, but we was hoping he'd sort of stay. Similar with Ben Mee, we thought Mr. Burnley would stay on and be here till the end. But I can understand why he'd want one final crack in the Prem. So good luck to him at Brentford, by the way. He obviously just got his move there today. So good luck to him. He goes with all our well wishes, and I'm sure we'll be keeping tabs on how he gets on. But yeah, that's a big bulk of the squad. As I say, you've lost a pivotal back three there in Pope, Tarkowski, and Mee. That's always been the focal point of any Burnley team, really. So to lose them is massive. Dale Stevens, sorry, you won't be missed. You were nothing short of sharp when you played. Eric Peters was interesting. I thought he'd be all right in the Championship. I even thought Bardsley might actually get another year. But there's major changes. As I say, at first I was thinking, whoa, like, are we even going to be able to field a team at the beginning of the season? What's going on?
Yeah.
But as I say, we've seen a lot of action happen, and it's been interesting to see. I still think we're a couple of players short, but yeah, losing those players that still, for me, have the quality to battle in the Championship, I'm surprised we didn't offer them new deals.
Yeah, I am as well. But for the players that you've obviously brought in, Josh Cullen, I think West Ham fans would probably remember him, not very vividly. Anyway, yeah. Christ. Arjanit Muric. Yeah, this is some guy. It has to be said, he doesn't have the best temper.
Yeah, I saw a video earlier where sort of he's got the ball. The referee looked like he was going to go over and have a word with him. One of the opposition's players come over to him and he just sort of knocks him to the ground. And you're just like, and I'm just thinking, no, please, no. when we've been such a well-drilled and well-oiled team under Dash that we were sort of like, everything was about discipline and the way you conduct yourself on the pitch. So now having this absolute madman who's going to, not take any prisoners. For me, if he nuts someone, he nuts someone. As long as he keeps the ball out of the back of the net and does his job, I'll be very, very happy.
That is very true. And then other players, obviously, Luke McNally from Oxford, Samuel Bastian from... Egan Riley's an interesting one. Man City's under-23s. Scott Twine, you've obviously got the signing of Taylor Harwood-Bellis, though. That's an outstanding signing on a loan transfer.
Yeah, I'm glad that we've done that. I'm glad that I know he had a spell at Blackburn, but I'm sure he's forgot about that. He also had a spell at Stoke, which means obviously Burnley was bound to be his next club. If you've played for Stoke, you play for Burnley straight after. That's the rules. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he fits in. As I say, I thought it would have been him and Nathan Collins. Going back to your first question, actually, regarding Nathan Collins, that one hurt the most.
Yeah.
That one hurt the most because I was thinking, we're building a young team that's going to be able to manage. He would have been your focal point in that defence. And now we've lost someone like that. And not that the players that have come in aren't capable. It's just that from what we'd seen, I thought after 19 games, maybe another season in the Championship with us would have been all right. But it is what it is. Taylor Harwood-Bellis, I'm looking forward to see. Didn't get to see him when we went to Shrewsbury because he was out with a knock, I think. But CJ Egan-Riley looks like a really decent player. Can play right back and centre back, and we got him on a free. So, yeah, I'm looking forward. I am looking forward to seeing how this team gels because the philosophy, the change of the way we're playing football at the minute is just, I say, from what I saw at Shrewsbury, it was almost like this isn't Burnley anymore.
Yeah. And another player who seems to be continuously getting linked is it Callum O'Hare at Coventry? Do you see that one happening?
It seems that one's now dead in the water.
Right.
You know what it's like. Rumours go around. Apparently, people were saying that Vincent Kompany were constantly on the phone to him. Then there's also the rumours that he was saying, I don't want to leave Coventry because I think leaving Burnley would be a backwards move. I'm not being funny, but I think that's definitely what some Coventry fan who's upset has made up. That's got to be. So either way, if he wants to stay at Coventry, fair play. It's totally up to him. I think there's other options out there we could potentially look at. But I don't think he's a £9 million player like they're trying to quote. So let's move forward from that one.
Yeah, definitely. Helen says, I'm good, thank you. It's been trying to rain here. Excellent. Yes, bad result. I'm embarrassed losing to an Irish team in Sligo. P.S. Did you hear about YouTuber Sam North? No, I didn't actually. I did see that he has actually got a video out, but I'll need to obviously watch that. Is there anyone left? I like that comment. I like that. There's a local river near Darlington which has run dry due to the mad weather. Wow, that's... Yeah. When that happens, you know you're in big trouble. Hello, Helen. Nathan, hello. Hope you're good. We will be speaking about Cardiff. Yeah, I will message you after this. And I will get you and your dad on at some point. Because I will just say this now. Firstly, thank you to everyone who's got me to 1.9k as well. Wanted to get there before the start of the season. That's been done. That's been fantastically done. So 2k is the next target. Monday, I'm going to attempt to predict the Championship. So, yeah, that could be interesting. Let's just say that. Clubs running through Burnley like a fat bollocks in a sweet shop. Yeah, I did say that. Hi, Niall. Thoughts on Ben Mee signing for Brentford? Dan, sorry I haven't had the chance to ask you. Very good signing for Brentford, actually.
Yeah, very astute signing. I think that's what he wanted as well. He's come out and said that he had offers from other clubs, but they're only offering like 1-year deals with an option for them to extend in their favour if they wanted to. I think he was always about trying to get a 2-year deal. We were one of them that said we want to offer you 1 year and then give you another option. So we've shot ourselves in the foot. I think he would have been good enough to offer 2. But Brentford have got him now, and I think he'll be really, really solid there. I just hope Brentford don't use him as some utility player, because he's good enough to start and be a focal point of a defensive back 4 or back line, depending on how they want to play.
Yeah, Helen's asking what do the finances look now that the players have gone.
A lot more healthier than it probably did if they hadn't. I can't lie. There was obviously some debt we had to clear, but it's been made. I think it's been blown out of proportion that people were saying it was a lot more than what it is. I mean, you can see how active we've been in the window. I think that speaks volumes that it doesn't say that we were desperate to get it all paid off straight away. There might be something else in it that nobody's really looked into in terms of the technicalities. But, we are going to have to chop and change. It's not just the transfer fees, it's the wages of players. I still think we may lose Cornet or McNeil. I think if we lose one or the other, we keep one of them. It has to be. Otherwise, it's just going to be absolute madness.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you okay, Helen? Hope you're well. Don't forget Chris Wood went to Newcastle in January. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. If I'm being honest with you, I don't see Chris Wood playing much for Newcastle this season. If they get a striker, then I think he'll be over there.
I keep getting messages off Newcastle fans telling me, asking me if I want him back. No.
Hello, John. Hope you're good, mate.
Hope you're well, John.
Big man. Hello, big man. Burnley losing all their big players. I don't see them getting promotion next season. We will speak about that. Phil Barsley's playing Billy Big Bollocks, Dan. I know you touched on it 2-3 weeks ago in your channel, explaining the situation over a WhatsApp group chat, I'm sure it was.
Yeah. He talked a lot of tosh about that he found out in a WhatsApp group chat, which was absolute bollocks from the get-go. I think, if anything, it was his moment to talk on TalkSport and get his name out in the window for me. How can you say you found out in a WhatsApp group chat when the retain list came out? I think it was on the 10th of June. And his missus put a post on her Instagram on the 23rd of May saying an end of an era. We are leaving this club at the end of the season, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for all the support. You can't go and do that and then go, oh, I found out in a WhatsApp group. Like, sort yourself out, Phil. You've had 2 spells with us. Burnley fans absolutely adored you, and you've just made yourself look an absolute clown and people have just, started to look down on you.
Yeah, that's not on. Evening, Rich. Guys, I will be on in an hour on Rich's channel. Doing the Premier League tier list, so that should be really interesting. Anyway, hi mods. Hello, Rich. 1 hour to go, mate. Hi. Oops, daisy. Watford to win the championship because they haven't lost the players that they signed last season. Definitely one of the favourites to win the championship. We shall see. Be interested to see if they can actually last a season with actually one manager. Not going to happen. I'm all good now, thank you. Lovely folk, Katie. That's good, Katie. Good to see Dan and Douglas is streaming again. We're having a great Friday night. Long overdue. Yeah. Dan, how's Scott Twine been doing since you signed him from Luca's MK? Is Luca an MK Dons fan? I did not know that. Do you think he will be a first-team starter?
I think so, yeah. I mean, a guy who's scored a ridiculous amount of goals in League One last season, you have got to obviously say that he's going to be up there. I mean, Ashley Barnes is getting older. He's not going to have the legs. For me, Ashley Barnes is going to be one of those. If he does get 90 minutes, he'll probably be like, wait, brilliant. But he's going to be one of those that comes from the bench. We don't know what's happening with Matej Vidra yet. There's a contract on the table. Is he going to sign that? Obviously, he's injured, so he's probably just working on his rehabilitation at the minute. But yeah, I can see it. I mean, he did play a lot of football on the wing at MK Dons as well. So we will see. I'm sure with the way Vinny likes to set up, he'll either be playing as in a number 10 role, or he'll be playing as a front number 9.
Yeah, definitely. 100% Kate being here in Scotland was getting fit up to see you. I think we all were. Josh, hello.
Hey, how's it going, Josh?
Long time no see, my friend. I hope you're doing very, very well as well. yeah, I can't wait until the podcast returns for sure. Hello, Josh Buddy. 2K is coming. Fingers crossed, Nathan. Fingers crossed. Good luck on that. Yeah, thank you very much. If it's anything like Daniel's Championship Predictions reaction, then you'll have a field day. Yeah. Especially your League Two
me and
ones.
predictions aren't great, are
they? Your League Two ones have caused a bit of a stir amongst Grimsby fans, as so. But I think that was Mike's doing, wasn't it? You think Watford is winning the Championship? I think you'll get top two. They have good players. I don't think they're going to win it. I'll say that now. I think that I'm actually going to say I think there's going to be a surprise this season. I think there'll be a surprise. I don't think it's going to be one in Norwich, Watford, or Burnley that wins it. I think there'll be.
I agree. I agree with you.
I think that might be a surprise. Probably win the league first time of asking. On a completely unrelated note, PSG are willing to let Gini Wijnaldum leave on loan this summer. Will we see him rocking up at Turf Moor anytime soon?
Flipping heck. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. Although the way Kompany's been going, I don't know who's going to come through.
Yeah. Evening, Chris. Hello, evening, lads. Hope you're well. The worker is here. I like that. As long as you're not £110 million in debt like us, Dan, you should be good. Cardiff, man. Wow. Feels like I haven't talked to anyone in this chat for a long time. No, look, Josh, this is what happens when you don't do content over the summer. I'm married now and was on honeymoon as well. So you get a bit of nerves back into you when you start doing these things again. So definitely, the owners take a huge cut, so not much gets to the club itself for wages, etc. John76, one of the new subscribers from one of the Sunderland videos, I think it was. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. Yeah, by the way, thank you to everyone who's actually watched that Sunderland video. It's done extremely well. I was really, really shocked. But
Sunderland have just signed one of our youth players as well. They've just signed Max Thompson from us today.
Have they? Ooh, good signing. Good signing. Nathan, you definitely said that without trying to cry. Not when you support Cardiff City at the moment. Hope you're well. Yeah, Nathan, did you actually get your tickets for the Swindon game? I did see your tweet. Apparently, you haven't received your tickets yet, and the club box office is closed. Yeah, wow. I think that's why it's pre-season then. Nathan, do you remember Andy Liddell, who was at Cardiff? He's now the goalie coach at Motherwell. Pretty sure he played with Cardiff. Wow, yeah, I do remember Andy Liddell, actually. Can I also say the love of money is ruining the game we love? Yeah, definitely. I couldn't say now. Loads of many players signing of some new great talent, new manager, completely different format. Time will tell. Andy Dibble really well as goalkeeper coach. Can't believe the clowns upstairs got rid of him. Oh, poor Phil Bardsley. Let's buy some tissues for him for his tears. I'll cry my tears in a cup for him. Can't stand these snobby footballers. Don't get me started. Yeah.
Well said, Chris.
Well said indeed. Ryan, good evening. Hope you're well. I will get you on as well. Don't worry. I've got big plans to get as many Championship fans on before the start of the season. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do, but I'll try my very, very best. So definitely. I hope he does the job in Motherwell, Nathan. He's now the goalie coach at Motherwell. Must be a massive loss to Cardiff. Hello again. Phil Barsley's irrelevant anyway. Yeah. Massive loss again. I know he does amazing at Motherwell. What a bloke. So yeah, we'll obviously speak about. I know you don't like to go back to obviously last season, but yeah, unfortunately, I have to say I did feel sorry for you having to do watch along with a Leeds fan. But actually, if you're going to do a watch along, you do it with my best man Carl. So looking back on that, have you managed to recover from that?
Yeah. I think the reason why I did that watch along as well is I was quietly confident that we'd do it. The fact that Brentford were in great form, Leeds were scrapping for their lives. I thought us against Newcastle, Eddie Howe, Trippier, they may chuck the game. They didn't have nothing to play for really in terms of basically a bit more money in a higher place in the league. But for them, what's money, to be honest? However, No, they turned up to play football. We fell short. I'm glad it happened the way it did as well, because if we had got back into the game and then to lose it with a sucker punch of a last-minute goal, Leeds scored, it'd have been a lot harder to take. But yeah, it was a very bitter pill to swallow. I won't lie, I was down for days. Anyone can see from that video, I'm in tears. I am upset. It just, when you're so confident that you're going to stay up, it just is one of those things.
But
and
I have to say, I like that. I like that you actually cried, because the thing is, for me, whether or not you're a football fan, it means so much to you. I've seen Livingston get relegated constantly. I've seen them get relegated constantly. I even cried at us losing a cup final in like 2000. I know how much it means to you. So the fact that you've just seen like Burnley go down a division, I get that. The emotion will definitely come out. I think if it had been on the other foot, I think Carl would have done exactly the same. Football is a fantastic sport. We all love it, but there will be times that we do have these moments where we will get upset. So I think hats off to you for crying. Obviously, we don't want you to cry.
No, there's only been 4 times that I have. There's only been 4 times that I have. I know we've been down before and then gone back up, but that hasn't hurt as much because we've come up, we've gone down, we're expected to. But after you've been, in there for 6, after you've been in there for like 6 to 7 seasons, you sort of think that you're a staple in there now and that you're not going to come loose and it's not going to come unstuck. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So that's where it hurt the most. As I say, the other 3 times were when we were so close to Wembley, the season we got promoted at Wembley, when we were 2 minutes away from the Carling Cup final. And then Spurs dumped us out. That killed me. That I was only, as I say, I was only young. Beating Blackburn at Ewood Park, breaking that 30-odd year hoodoo of them having the upper hand. Because it wasn't just me. You looked around the stadium, there were grown men crying, because these are people that even at they were like 34 at the time, and they're thinking, listen, I weren't even born 2 years prior when the last time we ever beat them. So it was madness. But yeah, and then obviously Wembley itself. So it's that's the thing I like about as a fan. You are passionate, and I think that's why we do these pages, because of the love for our clubs.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. One point things though, last season, defeats against like clubs you should be expected to be, like Norwich City, like away. I think that was the game that damaged you. Was that game?
Yeah, massive. I don't understand how we've gone from beating Everton to it was literally almost like, right, the Everton game's in the bag, we've won that. Norwich should be a doddle. This is a walk in the park. Yeah. And I think that has to be, for me, the mentality that we had when we went into it. And it bugs me. Obviously, a week later, Dash is gone. But yeah, that result against Norwich didn't sit right for me. To be fair, I can go back even further than that. The 2 games over Watford last season as well were pathetic.
Yeah.
So, the team, we had to be beating the teams around us. We weren't, and we paid the price. It's just, I think it's more gut wrenching that we've took it to the final day. We've given ourselves a bit of hope. We were probably, I think we were 3rd or 4th in the form table at that point as well. So
you are.
It's very, 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 very bitter pill to swallow, but I'm glad that I can talk about it now without crying.
Yeah, definitely. But no, I think it's good to show emotion as well. I think it's going to be fun to see the new teams from Division 1. Rotherham, Wigan, and Sunderland. Definitely, yes, he's doing great so far. William Kelly. Here we got QPR next. Livingston. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Pin the tail on the donkey time for you. Yeah. Norwich, West Brom, Sheffield United go up, in my opinion. West Brom. Wow, that's a
Wow,
bold one.
that is a Brucey bonus.
That's a Brucey bonus as well. Hope Luton come up a long last are well overdue. Yeah, I think Luton Town were unlucky last season. Very, very
Yeah,
much so. I mean, yeah, actually, I know it's a little bit further distance, but Kenilworth Road could be an interesting away day. I don't know if you've seen the stadium, but apparently you have to get. I think you have to get through someone's back garden to actually get into the stadium.
yeah, yeah. It's
That is mental. That is
it's
mental.
strange. They'd have definitely have had to change that if they got promoted.
Huddersfield is champions. I wish. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see it. And you've just lost Carlos Corberan as well, which is very, very massive. What's the Burnley home shirt look like? Yeah, it's interesting. I will be doing the
I like
championship
it.
actually. I'll be doing the championship home kit video actually. Don't know
I
when,
really,
but
really like it. They've gone with a similar design. If you've watched some of the shows that I've done, I've had a Burnley shirt on with a white collar, and it's got like a pattern blue sleeve and patterns all over the claret bit in the middle. That was a shirt that was worn in the 91 to 93 season. I think it's the last time that Burnley ever wore a shirt that was worn for 2 consecutive seasons. So we've sort of took a bit of an ode to that and put the design in the middle. Fair play, Josh. Fair play. Hey, it's nice to see you awake. Joking. I thought I'd just fire back. But yeah, no, I really like it. I like the fact that sometimes we're making these modern kits look a bit retro, and that we've took it away from gambling sponsorship, and we've 2 blokes that literally, started selling retro football shirts, and now all of a sudden they're sponsoring our home kit. So yeah, it's nice to see classic football shirts on the front as well.
Definitely. Nope, still haven't got them in the game as in 15 hours. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. That's not good. Oh, it'll be good to come on the channel, mate. Be great to speak to you. Yep. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely get you on. Is a game at home? I think it's away at Swindon, actually. Football's full of snobs thinking they're better than anyone else. Away. If I have time, know that the season starts next week. I'll probably just do a predictions thing probably for that. If I'm being honest, I hope. I hope you don't take the away trip just to end up having to go home. Oh, imagine that would be awful. Nice to see you, Josh. You too, Helen. It's really horrible to get relegated unless you're Neverton or Manure. Yeah,
that's true.
I was in tears when we lost the 2 cup finals to Celtic. I feel your pain, Dan. It was passion. I cried when we stayed up when we beat Rangers 6-1. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when Motherwell beat Rangers. But this was when the Rangers were really bad. Is Sean Dyche's Burnley's best manager, Dan?
In my lifetime, yes. For me, the managers I've only seen are from birth were the back end of Jimmy Mullen. Then we had Adrian Heath for a season. Then Chris Waddle. The less said about that, the better. That was just poor. And then we had Stan Ternent, who for me was absolutely great. Watching 90s football growing up, the football understand made me fall in love with Burnley Football Club. So yeah. That'll never get taken away. Steve Cottrell, nah. Owen Coyle days. I can't lie. Owen Coyle was quality for what he did, but then he obviously damaged his rep by what he said and what he did at a pivotal time. But yeah, Sean Dyche, to keep the answer short, really, was for me the best manager that we've had so far.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you didn't mention Brian Laws because that wasn't great either.
The guy wasn't even worth mentioning.
There we go. I was in mourning when Pope left, so I feel you, Daniel. I really do. I think so, Helen. I still don't think he's been given the send-off he deserves. Sean Dyche is a statue or something at the turf. Yeah, definitely. Kate Newcastle will look after Pope. He will smash it for Jones Newcastle. Yeah, I think the fact that Newcastle got Nick Pope is very, very good. I don't think Burnley could have afforded to Kate. Of course, there's still a crap loss all the same. I don't think Pope's even given his best yet, and he's bloody good. I think he'll do fantastically at Newcastle. What are predictions for the championship, I meant? Yes, yeah. That'll be Monday. I haven't decided the time yet. So definitely, turn notifications on. That will be an interesting one. Pope was a great signing for Newcastle. There's a few at Newcastle. Pope, Hendrick's away now at Reading, believe it or not.
Yeah. Reading, yeah.
Interesting. Best shirt they've done in a long time, in my opinion. So different to the usual. I'll remember that, Dan. You just declared war.
God.
How are you guys? Yeah, good cyber lead. I hope you're good.
Well,
I'm feeling bad as Dan. If you know Peach from, yes, I
do. I put a post out earlier. Obviously, thoughts go out to everybody. He was great, such a laugh, so full of energy. Was always complimentary of the team, and as I say, from one Clarets fan base to another, thoughts are out with all you Hammers fans that know him. So, yeah, rest in peace, Peach.
Yeah, I only saw that this morning. So yeah, rest in peace, Peach. Hello, Nippon. Hope you're good, mate. What's your hello. Fantasy League codes. Yeah,
I haven't done my team yet. I actually haven't done my team yet.
Yeah, guys. Let me just see if I can actually get that on just now, because I can actually put in the chat. It is actually allowing me to go in, which is good, because usually it would ask me to. It would usually ask me to to sign in. It hasn't actually. So yeah. So let me just write this. Let me just write this in the chat. I'll do that right now. So yeah, bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'll do this in the chat just now. So if you type in this code, IMG 57G. There we go. So guys, if you type in that code, I'll pin it to the chat. I'll pin that to the chat. That is my fantasy Premier League. That didn't work. There we go. Pin message. There we go. So that message there is my fantasy Premier League code. Basically, all you need to do is basically go to the mini leagues, type that code in, and you will join. So there you go. So that is my fantasy code there. But then I wouldn't want to switch that on Burnley. Yep. Hey Nippon, how are you? Cheers, guys. And we've had our chair. Yes. Rest in peace, John Moores. David Moores. Sorry. Passed away today. Actually, Liverpool chairman. Didn't get to meet him, but fantastic person for Liverpool Football Club. So yeah, obviously rest in peace. And as I have said, there is my code there. So. Yeah, join that. I'm in. Yeah, I know you are, Helen. I know you are. Everyone excited for the first game of the season. So glad I've got a ticket. Daniel Dixon. Yeah, I funnily enough, I am contemplating doing a watch along for that. I am contemplating doing a watch along for Huddersfield Burnley. I really am.
I'm in two minds whether to do the watch along for Huddersfield Burnley or because the tickets went ridiculously quick. And obviously, with Burnley working on a point system, I'm just short of the 6,000 points. So I just missed out.
Wow.
But as I say, I'm in two minds whether to do a watch along or the fan zone at the stadium is on about putting it on the big screen. So may go down
there. Well, we will speak about because the fact is that obviously you are in the Championship, and there is definitely one game you'll definitely be looking forward to. But what other games are you looking forward to this season?
I'm looking forward to, well, at the moment probably Coventry because their fans seem to hate me, hate Burnley, and everybody at the moment. Funnily enough, I'm looking forward to the fact that there's a lot of northern teams. You know, there's not that many games that that are far to travel. In recent years, when we've been in the Prem, we've sort of played Preston in friendly games. Now it's going to be back to the proverbial abuse and, back on the, basically free travel there, because the trains get that rammers that you don't get asked to provide a ticket or anything. So there and back, it's free.
Yeah.
It's a free train ride to Preston. So it's not too bad. Preston's always been a great one. Looking forward to that. The one I'm more excited about, taking away Blackburn, obviously, we all know that was going to be the big one. I'm looking forward to playing the sides that did well last season. Teams like Huddersfield, like Luton. To see where they're at now. To see where they're at, because sometimes you can have that all that success. We saw with Barnsley. They were up there in the playoffs a few seasons back and then got relegated last season.
That was mental that they were in the playoffs, and then immediately after, I think they finished second bottom. So that's what the Championship can do to you.
It is. It's. I'll tell you another one. Sunderland, funnily enough.
Sunderland's.
The Stadium of Light. I've been twice. It's a great stadium, great fans. So yeah, that's another interesting one.
Yeah, if anyone missed the video yesterday, I did actually say that I've actually been to Sunderland Newcastle game, and that was when Fabio Borini scored the winner. So you can, I think you're going back a long, long time ago for that. But yeah, I think you've got to look at it as well. I mean, I'm looking at your first six here. And obviously you come in the League Cup. I think it's the second round. I think it is. Huddersfield away on next Friday. Luton at home. Watford away. Hull at home. Blackpool at home, and then Wigan away. That's not bad for six. So how many points realistically do you see getting out of them?
So I'd happily take a point on the opening day. I think, obviously, at the moment, I've got to, looking at the squad and the way it is, we've still got to gel. We've got a lot to do. We're learning a new way of football. As I say, when I went to watch us against Shrewsbury, it was like watching a completely different team. We were playing it out from the back, one-touch passes, trying to work the opportunity. It was almost like, wow, like, what the heck am I watching here? There were some Burnley fans that had turned up pretty much pissed, and they were like, "What the hell is this? Lump it forward, and you're just like, "What, really? You really want to see that shit again?" I'm glad to see the back of it. So yeah, how many points? I'd be more than happy with 10 points after those first bunch.
Yeah,
being realistic.
Well. But yeah, I mean, you've got another trip to Vicarage Road, and obviously you beat them last time. I mean, we will speak about like some of the other clubs as well. Like I have done this as well, but just very, very quickly, what are your expectations for this season?
Personally, I think we've got to look. We're on a bit of a learning curve. We need to, this is a completely new team, new era, new philosophy, new ethos, new manager. Everything's new around the place. It's almost like a fresh start. Even players that have been at Burnley Football Club for years, they're basically a new signing to the gaffer. So we've got to. I'm not going to say consolidate in the league. We've got to be pushing for, trying to get back up at the first time of asking. I don't think we'll do it. I think we'll narrowly miss out on the playoffs. But I think for this season, as Vincent Kompany said, it's not so much about where we finish this year. It's more of a case of he wants fans to be able to leave Turf Moor and go, you know what, we might have lost that game, but you could see how much we actually fought. and we played some very good some bloody good football. So, yeah, as long as we make a good account of ourselves, for me, I'm happy with that. As I say, I'd snap your hand off for eighth.
Eighth. I I think you'll be top half as well. If I'm being honest, I do think you'll be top half. Anyway, yes, Helen is on Sky.
Yep.
Huddersfield Burnley be a good Premier League watch along to do. Oh shit! I mean,
Hey,
Blackburn
keep looking
Rovers.
up, Chris. Keep looking up.
We were speaking about that, Chris. Apparently, that seems to be dead in the water for Burnley. Unfortunately, I think is he Coventry's club captain as well?
Yeah.
Elevator Escalator fan, hello. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Not too bad. Hope you're good as well. We have mentioned that. Fabrini actually scored a goal. He'd be living off that moment for the whole career. Nice thing to tell his kid. It's a shocking statement. Thoughts, by the way, on Ben Mee signing for Brentford, in my opinion, is a massive loss for Burnley. It's a massive signing for Brentford. Yeah, I think that could be a signing which either galvanize them or, well, actually, he's very experienced, Ben Mee. Hardly ever injured as well, so yeah, I think it's
natural leader. So even if he isn't playing, it'll be great to see. His leadership in the dressing room will be just as pivotal.
Burnley got any defenders like, oh, don't worry, you can call Gemma Collins, nothing will get past her. There's always a plan, lads, no matter what.
That's all we've bloody signed, Chris. That's all we've signed. CJ Egan Riley, Taylor Arwood Bellis, flipping Ian Maitson from Chelsea.
Yeah. Great. Have you still got Matt Lowton?
Yeah, he's still there.
He's still there. Charlie Taylor?
Yeah, Charlie Taylor's still there. Connor Roberts.
Kevin Long as well.
Kevin Long's practically been cemented into the wall. That guy's he's been at the club so long. Honestly, his arse must have so many splinters because he's been on the bench ever since. I think the only game I ever watched him play was when he was called into action against Newcastle. The first time we'd ever got promoted, I think, and we drew 3. Oh no, second time we got promoted, we drew 3-3 on New Year's Day. And he played in that game for about 4 minutes and he got injured and had to come off.
You've still got Will Norris, I've noticed, and also Bailey Peacock Farrell.
Yeah, so we've still got him as well.
Interesting. Yeah, there's still a few players from obviously the Premier League side. Obviously, I know Bailey Peacock Farrell was at Sheffield Wednesday last season.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like Burnley will probably get playoffs, probably lose because that's what normally happens to teams going down for the Prem and getting unlucky enough to fall into the playoffs. Ben Mee to Brentford is like Danny Ings to Aston Villa came out from. I didn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden,
nobody's heard anything about Ben Mee. Literally, we've all been asking reporters, what's happening with Ben Mee? Like, have we still got his phone number? Is he still interested? What's the crack? And then there was talk that he may be joining our backroom staff and calling it a day early. And then it's literally, as of yesterday, happened that he was in talks with Brentford, and then this morning it's announced. So it's happened just, it's just come on out of nowhere, and it's at least it's been done. Good, as I say, good luck to him.
Can I just say that Brentford away kit, OMG, is an absolute stunner. It's an absolute stunner. And actually, the thing is as well, they've got
the badge looks very Benfica, done it with the castle.
It does. But
is it Benfica or Braga that's got the castle?
Braga, I think. I think it's Braga. Yeah. I think Burnley don't have enough for promotion. I think 4 from playoff semi-finals, in my opinion, says Chris. That's a good question. Do you see Burnley a Turf Moor for the foreseeable future unless Burnley gets sold?
See, we've had stadium talks a few times. Prior to the college and university being built, apparently a new stadium was going to be built on that site, but we think that may have just been a rumour. Then there was some massive plans to to update the stadium, which never came off. It was run by the consortium who, funnily enough, built the Rico Arena, and then all of a sudden they went down the shit pan. So that idea faltered. But we are slowly making improvements. We've built the 2 corners on there. I think we've got a lot to change. The Bob Lord stand's very old. It's going to be hard to build on because there's a road behind it.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got the away stand, which is built onto the back of a cricket pitch. So then we also need the authority of those at the cricket ground, whether they can, it's a case of where can they relocate and everything else. It's, there's do we have to build a full new stadium? And if so, I think it'll be a case of years to come. But we can't just keep papering over the cracks. Something's got to change. And I like the way Turf Moor is. You don't want to take away its identity. We see that with a lot of clubs. No, they move stadiums and the identity's gone.
Yeah, I'll never, ever forgive the fact that George Gillette and Tom Hicks tried to basically get Liverpool away from Anfield to Stanley Park. Thank God it didn't happen because obviously FSG paid for the new stand, and that new stand is fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
I'm going to say you're still building up as well, aren't you, on one of the other stands?
Yeah, the Anfield Road end's getting done up as well. Yeah, Ballon with $1 million question. Do you expect Maxwell Cornet to leave? I'll say this now. He ain't going to Everton. Everton can't afford him. They don't have any money whatsoever.
Everton probably got rejected from Klarna as well. Honestly, they're skint.
They are.
I'm surprised. I mean, this spunked all the money on Dele Alli, and turns out that was great bar, wasn't it? You know what? I do expect us to potentially lose him. Kompany has come out and said, I think that fans need to prepare for laugh after Cornet. But as I said earlier, if we're going to lose Cornet or McNeil, we lose one or the other, in my opinion. If you lose both, then you may as well just pack up, not bother playing football. We need to keep at least somebody in there.
Yeah, Callum here is a baller, ex-Carlisle player. There you go. Shane Burnley not getting a twine anyway. Yeah, Ballon, that will be happening probably the week after the Community Shield. I'll say that now. So yeah, you can count on it. I'm going bold here. I'm saying Norwich will get promoted. That's not bold, which isn't bold. But I'm saying Middlesbrough and Huddersfield will get promoted. Interesting. Wouldn't mind Middlesbrough have been back up, actually. And Huddersfield don't have anything against them either. Put Burnley 6th this year, if anyone hasn't watched the predictions. Got a feeling a surge up the league will happen towards the end of the season. And I think you'd be all right. Do you like Burnley's new kit sponsor? Will you buy the new shirt? Yep.
And make that a double. Yeah, I love it. And I'm glad that we've gone away from, like I said, gone away from gambling sponsors.
I agree with this. Brentford, I think, will struggle a little due to second season syndrome, but I think they'll get like 16th to 15th. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a good enough, like, good season that they had last season. But I still think they'll survive because I think there's 3 other teams down there that I think will go down. Anyway, I think the new Annie Road stands ahead of schedule. It looks like it. It does look like it. Burnley are almost there with paying the debt. Sorry, sold a few players. Burnley went down, but they can still remember the time they beat us 1-0 at Anfield. Of course. Of course.
And we've still got him. We've still got him.
It's 1-0 Sweden, apparently, according to Niall.
Oh.
Is that who England play?
Yeah. Winner of this plays England, yeah.
Winner of this plays Jesus Christ. Plays England. Nothing new, Niall. Can I borrow Dan's glasses? Lingard on 200. Yes. Can we speak about this? Right?
Yeah, please.
Who in their right mind would give Jesse Lingard 200k a week?
I'll tell you who. A guy who would basically likes to pump money into Olympiacos, buy his way past people. It's not going to work in the Premier League. Marinakis, I'm sorry, right? all I've heard since Forest have come up is Forest this, Forest that, Forest that. I've said it from the get-go, and I'll say it again. Forest will stay up this season because the media will hack the shit out of them. The season after, when they don't do as well, they will crumble. They will be back down to earth with a bang. Jesse Lingard, after one season, will be like, thanks for the 100k every week. Nice one. See you later. I'm off. Then he'll be trying to tap up David Moyes. Do you reckon you'll take me now? On your back, son. On your back. Do not bite the hand that feeds you. If not, stick to TikTok. I'm sure TikTok will give you a bit of money.
I feel very sorry for West Ham because they've just been given. I mean, it's a bullet dodge. Let's just say that. But goodness me, I mean, there was talk that he was going to go to West Ham. There was talk that he was going into the MLS, which doesn't make sense because I think he's got to care for a ill relative. I think it is as well. So, yeah, just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Research 1, hello. Huddersfield ain't getting promoted. Well, there you go. Sweden up there with England, France, and Germany. You never know. The championship is crazy these days. Yeah, the championship is mental. Mental. Full-time England-Sweden semi-final. There we go. It's England-Sweden semi-final. Thanks, Niall, for the update. The same idiot would pay Ronaldo £400,000 a week. Force of public money spending the left, right, and centre and saying everyone under the sun. Yeah. It's good that they're signing players, but I don't want them to do a Fulham where they basically spend money and then be shit. Basically,
yeah.
Okay, that'll be a good damn match. Bloody Stevie Wonder wouldn't he pay 200k to
look at Southampton a few years ago. They spent a lot of money, and in the end, it bit them in the arse. They had to drop to League One. The way Forest are going, it's got and the fact that we've got financial fair play anymore. Does Marinakis even know what he's doing? As I said, you might get away with that shit at Olympiacos where you're laundering and buying people out. But, oh, no, Chris, don't lower yourself. Don't lower yourself.
This is what 200k a week buys. Just let's hope the J-Lings doesn't mings at Forest time will tell.
Oh.
Couldn't have said it any better, yeah. Douglas thoughts on Nunes shutting up rival fans before scoring 4 goals against Leipzig. Yes. Yeah, I don't know where the haters are for her Nunes as well. But by the way, it's Nunes, not what I've been hearing from the commentators. Oh, Nunes. No, it's Nunes. There you go. But yeah, we'll say in Chelsea shite. If 10 million on a player with undoubted talent, but not a lot of return in the last few years, alongside an unhealthy obsession with TikTok is money well spent. People need to check it out. Yeah.
Correct.
So, guys, this is the time to get your questions in for Dan before we do obviously shoot off. But what I wanted to speak to you about was who are your 3 to go down from the championship this season? Because I've had a few different answers, which is quite interesting.
See, I did my championship prediction, and that went tits up. I went into it blindly. And I'd predicted Hull. However, with the money they've been spending and stuff, I think that's going to be a different story. I think I'm going to say Rotherham.
That's a certainty.
I think Rotherham's a certainty, yeah.
Have they ever stayed up when they've come up to the championship? I don't think they have.
Wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, I think Rotherham. I'm gonna say so tough to call. Birmingham. Even though they've had the takeover, I still think Birmingham may be too little, too late. You know, we saw that we had a takeover.
That Lawrence Bassini is one of the
clown.
Yeah, he's a clown. He's a clown. I'm glad he didn't get Birmingham. Glad he didn't get Birmingham.
It should have been him taking the. It should have been the ladyboy taking him up the arse instead of the other way around. To be honest, because he's a buffoon. He's an absolute idiot. And you know what? I never thought I'd agree with Simon Jordan on anything.
I know. I know. I was.
The
Just
world's
thinking
gone
that.
mad. The world's gone mad. So yeah, Rotherham, Birmingham. Because as I say, we got taken over and we've dropped a division. So it doesn't sometimes work in your favour. So I'm going to go Birmingham, Rotherham, and who were it? Blackpool.
Ooh, Blackpool. Because they've lost Critchley.
I think there's that. The fact that if they were to lose any play, I mean, I know they've just took Reece Williams on loan from you guys, and I think that's absolutely an astute signing for them.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong because I like Blackpool. I don't really see that as a rivalry. It's more of a good day out on an away day for me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they've really done much in terms of.
I've been to Bloomfield Road. It's actually it's a nice wee ground. Actually, it's a nice wee ground.
It is. I don't know. I mean, they stayed up last year. Maybe it's their second season syndrome.
I like that. I like that one. I'd imagine it's probably Murich. Is that right? Or
yeah, so I think Murich will be. I think it'll be a toss-up between Murich and Bailey for number one. But I think Murich will edge it. The fact that he's 23, he's just had a great season. Reading. That's who I was trying to think about, Chris.
That's a good shout. I do not rate Paul Ince as a manager. Never have and never will.
No, that's who I was trying to think of, Reading. To be fair, I'll say a toss-up between Reading and Blackpool for who stays up, go down to the wire.
I mean, they've signed Jeff Hendrick and they've signed Shane Long back, which I think is a very good signing.
Signing Jeff Hendrick means that you're definitely going down.
Yeah, and yeah, Shane Long, does he have the legs left? I don't think he does.
Nah. What we've seen so many times, one player can't make a team.
Dad was asking who your favourite player is.
Is that from the current squad or in general? Because if it's in the long run, and I'm going to have to say, I used to loathe Robbie Blake. Obviously, Robbie Blake for me will be, from my era, my all time. It was either between him or funnily enough, Paul Weller. I enjoy not Paul Weller, sorry, John Harley when he was left back as a kid. I enjoyed watching him as well. But yeah, Robbie Blake wins it as my all-time favourite player. It was Ben Mee, then he's obviously buggered off. So I've got to, next in line's got to be Ashley Barnes, and he's the shithouse that everybody else loves to hate. He's Marmite to people, is that man, but we love him.
Jesse Messi. Jesus Christ. Jesse Messi. No, I don't think that should be in the same sense. Rotherham have only ever stayed up once. There you go. And Neil Warnock again resigned. Thank you, Nathan. Rotherham staying up is like Gabby Abulnahor talking sense. Never happens. Gabby doesn't know his maths or pronouns. That's funny. But Warnock's retired now. Warnock has retired.
He's hammering Twitter out like you won't believe, innit?
You can only listen to Simon Jordan on TalkSport. Yes, absolutely. Coventry Dan. Coventry Dan, say it.
He wants me to say Coventry to go down.
Oh, right. Okay. Bristol City.
Wow. Interesting.
That's a very interesting one. I don't see it. But is Nigel Pearson's still there, right?
Yeah, Pearson's still there.
No, I thought he was. Nigel Pearson doesn't get teams relegated. Anyway, the Newsville Players are keeping a very low profile. Do you like Alan Pace, and do you expect Ben Berrettine Diaz to leave Black? That's a good question, because Brighton have been in the market recently, and they're being linked with Ben Berrettine Diaz. Yeah, the most Chilean name to come out of Blackburn, Ben Berrettine Diaz.
It's a load of bollocks. Fake Chilean bastard. Just listen. I've had some Chilean food in my lifetime, and it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to qualify for a game for Chile. This is a guy who started at Blackburn called Ben Brereton. Let's stick Diaz on the end, and all of a sudden I'm Chilean. Wake up, smell the coffee, mate. Stop being fake. And I hope he does piss off, because he's been in good form for them, and I hope he actually goes and be successful elsewhere. Not at that gaff of a club. Alan Pace, though, for me, fan base is split. People think he's asset stripping. I mean, I don't know how you can say he's asset stripping when he's done upgrades to the stadium. One of the best transfer windows we've had in a long time. Whether it works or not is yet to be seen. But he's very, very active. He's very busy. You can't ask for more from a chairman.
No, definitely not. Seiko Major just to piss them off. Birmingham, Bristol City, Norwich. Now that would be something if they did back-to-back relegations. That would be something else. Find the vast majority of Burnley fans like Pace. He's done a lot of good for the club and community. Not sure Dan's opinion but I am very outspoken about him and like him.
I like him. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think he's quality. I think everything he's done has been right so far. So I think he deserves a lot more credit than fans are giving him.
Blackpool got Michael Appleton as manager, who I feel is the blind leading the blind, not good enough for the Championship. I think that's a very, very good point.
Good point,
in all honesty. Ali McCoy, Laura Wood, Simon Jordan, Early, decent ones, and Jim White. Yes, I would agree. What's Dan's favourite memory as a Burnley fan?
Wow. In terms of memorable games, I'm guessing. For me,
stay up on cheap my name.
There's a few really. Obviously, Wembley would be one. Winning 1-0 at Wembley would be up there. I'm gonna say the drama of the Carling Cup, the game against Chelsea. I just remember heading down, nervous. We were still a Championship side at that point. They were, under Felipe Scolari at the time.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, we got him sacked. But he was, they had a full strength side out. Drogba in there. Michael Essien, loads of decent players. John Obi Mikel, and then we took him to penalties. And for me, the drama of the penalty shootout, I think, adds that extra element to it. So beating them was something.
Good evening, Statman Stubbs. Hope you're good, my friend.
Hope you're well, Stephen.
Could be worse. Could have a bloody 85-year-old chairman like Carlisle. Old Burnley, hello, Ant. Hope you're good. If Norwich gets back-to-back relegations and football has it so back, I knew Reese would say that. Do you expect better referees this season? Nope, definitely not. Careful chatting shite about Appleton. Oh yeah, Michael Appleton was Leicester assistant manager to Pearson, I think it was. That's what I remember, with Leicester relegating Burnley. No, it wasn't. Just remember that Lewis Ferguson overhead kick. Got to love it. Oh, yeah, Lewis Ferguson against. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that. My favourite memory is the Everton home match this year. Dyche's last match, Corney's late winner. The stadium was on fire. Fans not on fire. Was to celebrate the win. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Imagine Turf Moor in the Championship, though. But yeah. Dan, thank you very, very much for coming on and talking all things Burnley. And it's always good to get you on the good to get you on the channel as well. Tell people where they can find you.
No, first and foremost, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it, loved it, and yeah, just keep up doing what you're doing. You deserve more than what you're at, so keep going. It's heading in the right direction. And yeah, if you want to help me follow Doug and do the same. I knew he'd come in at some point. I thought we'd be able to call it a day and get away from him, but no, can't. He's like a bad smell. But yeah, you can find me, as he says there, in the Championship and at Turf More Else TV on all social media platforms, all the main ones: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. You name it, we're on it. But yeah, Turf More Else TV, the best place for Championship football.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure. And guys, please go and follow Dan. His channel name is actually in the title of this video, so go over and check that out as well. And yes, guys, please also subscribe as well to my channel as well. I'm getting ever so closer now to 2K, so we will be. The other thing is, I think I've said this quite a few times. There will be Championship review shows. I'll be doing them, so obviously I'll get you on, Dan. On. So I'll definitely get them on as well. But just before we go, we will go through some extra time. At least you can get Doro on next year. Look at that. Fellow YouTubers giving flowers to each other. Sweden 34 shots, Belgium 3. Jeez. Wow.
That changed from the first half then, Chris.
Crikey. Good luck next season, Dan, says Rich.
Cheers, Rich.
Can we not find you on, Dan? Great season. Great season? I think you meant great stream. Good luck to Burnley in the Championship. Great season.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Watching Leicester Burnley. Dan, with all these Championship games, you need to give up the Ed Sheeran act and invest elsewhere.
I have. I've invested in Norwich. I've got my album name on the front of the shirt.
Take care, lads. Great stream as always. Thank you. Great show, says Kate. Don't do a Leeds and hit League One before you bounce back up. That's
never.
You're doing well. Same with yourself. Dab. Dab. Oh, dear. Imagine doing that. Oh, great stream. Keep looking down, Dan. Sweden 1-0, 92nd minute goal. Wow. Talk at 34 shots and they only managed to get one goal. There we go. Get that more subscribers. Second highest ranked team scraping a 1-0 win. Madness. Yeah, absolutely. But guys, I will see you in about 5 minutes over on Rich's channel. So I will do a quick swap, go over to his channel, go over and see his, should be a fantastic stream. I'm really looking forward to that. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Dan for coming on. I'm pretty sure Burnley will have a better season. I'm pretty sure they'll have a better season. And have a lovely weekend, folks. I will be back at some point. Not sure when, but have a lovely weekend. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye, friends.